The New England Patriots have been red hot in free agency, especially on the defensive side of the ball, where they have brought in a haul that's going to help this defense out. But the bigger questions have been on the offensive side of the ball. Who the heck's going to be left tackle? Who's going to be wide receiver number one? We're going to talk about that. But more importantly, at the top of the episode, are the Patriots in trouble? Let's jump into it. My name is Aaron. You guys know on the daily, pushing out Patriots content to people just like you who can't get enough. So do me a favor, if you want that daily content, hit the subscribe button as well. It means the world to me. Hit the like button, comment below. So off the top of the hour, we're going to jump right into it. The Patriots apparently being reported that they illegally were involved in communications with a free agent, which we'll get to in a second. But I want to say off the bat, it is incredibly frustrating. You look at the Patriots, people around the league already have this perception that the Patriots cheat. Again, you look at, they're filming the other team's son, they're doing all this stuff. And then, what about Deflategate? Which I'm going to just say this about Deflategate. Literally, the first half of that game, that ball was deflated. He played awful, Tom Brady. The second half, when it was actually at regulation, he balled out. So again, it's still just an incredibly stupid argument. He's even talked about it, but that's beside the point. It's just frustrating to see, the New England Patriots in hot water. And the question becomes with this whole situation, and we're going to get into it, is where is the hard line? Again, there's a lot of smoke and fog. There's what is what isn't. I'm sure they have the specific things in the NFL, and I'm sure the NFL is going to look into this. But apparently the weekend before legal tampering, which was this past Monday, so this past weekend, the Patriots somehow, some way, whether it was through their agent or what, was in communications with Ronnie Stanley. Now, they were offering him a big contract, 3 years, $60 million for the two-time Pro Bowler, about average $24 million a year, a hefty load of cash. Now, allegedly, there was a conversation conceptually about what the contract might be, what it might look like, all these different things. And they're making it sound like the New England Patriots were trying to get a jump on Ronnie Stanley. Again, wish he would have came. This makes it even, if this is true, it makes it even worse, the fact that he didn't end up coming, which makes it more frustrating. But you would think that on the Baltimore Ravens side, someone heard, the agent heard, someone said something, and hey, we're gonna say this, we're gonna tell them in the league, and they're gonna get in trouble somehow, some way. Who the heck knows? Is that them getting back at the Patriots for trying to make an aggressive offer of Stanley? I don't know. Who knows? But at the same time, I think looking at this whole situation is, the NFL is going to look into it. It might be blown way out of proportion. Especially just think if the Patriots were coming off a great season and this happened, for a fact it would probably be blown way more out of proportion. But we look at it, and when it comes down to it, what was the conversation that was had? What was talked about? Who was having these conversations? There's a lot of questions we got to ask that we don't even have the answer to. Again, is it Mike Vrabel? Is it Elliott Wolf? Was it between the agent? Was it between Ronnie Stanley? Was it between just two people in the from different parties that were just having a natural conversation that was like, hey, we hope to get Stanley, and that was as simple as that, and that was crossing the line? We don't know. That is the thing. As time goes on, we will figure out what exactly happened in this situation. But again, I hope it's not true. If it is true, I think it's going to be frustrating for the Patriots again, because we go back to what we talked about at the beginning. The Patriots this, they cheat, they do this, they do this. And it's just it's a very frustrating narrative. And so again, what makes it even worse is the fact that they didn't land Stanley. So it is what it is. I will add, not only that, but they offered Chris Godwin much more money than he would have been making with the Buccaneers. And there hasn't been anything that comes out about their conversation with him. Again, there could be. I highly doubt it. But between this, they know their number one target was a left tackle. It for sure was Stanley. And so we'll see what happens. Comment below. Tell me what you think. You think it's true? You think it's false? What do you think the NFL will do moving forward if it is true? Again, give me your opinion. Vent. I don't care. Comment below. Last but not least, we're just jumping into Cooper Kupp released officially by the Rams. We know that the Rams picked up Devontae Adams from the Jets in that horrid time that they had there, which was great for us because we beat them in the second game. Aaron Rodgers decided to somewhat ball out in the first game, but that's beside the point. And you could argue that our team was just awful at the time. But anyways, Kendrick Bourne, also another Eastern Washington player, much like Cooper Kupp, FCS school. If he came, let's look at the pros and cons. Pros, he comes, he's most likely for sure the number one wide receiver on the team, hands down. Also a pro, probably get him on a good deal, probably cheap, because my guess, if I'd have to say, is if the Rams try to trade him and no one was willing to give up anything cheap, even like a 7th round pick, then you're like, okay, chances are he's going to get signed somewhere cheap. Also, the fact that he has experience, veteran experience, and should really help Drake May develop. So those are a lot of the pros. Cons, he's older. And also another con that the Patriots will probably have to pay him more if a contender comes in and says, hey, we're willing to pay him this. The Patriots are going to probably have to come in and pay him even more. So we'll see what happens with Cooper Kupp. I don't dislike the idea. I definitely don't dislike the idea. Again, I just don't want to throw boatloads of cash at him. And who knows? Who knows what happens with Cooper Kupp? I've heard a lot of rumors, a bunch of different teams that he could end up on, but we already swung and missed with Chris Godwin. We swung and missed with hoping that T. Higgins would be available, the Brandon Ayuk situation, the Calvin Ridley situation, and this is all like in a year's time. So it's been frustrating. So hopefully the Patriots can land some sort of number one receiver that can go into there. Now, McMillan from Arizona, a lot of people have said, well, what about him? Draft him. He could be the number one receiver. That's true. And I love the idea. 1, he's on a rookie contract. 2, he has the intangibles to be the wide receiver number 1. He's very versatile. In number 3 is the fact that him and Drake May can grow together as a duo, as Drake May and McMillan. It would be great. It would be a great combination. Again, is he worth the 4th overall pick? We've asked that question many a times. And then when you look at Cooper Kupp, again, yes, more experience, but older. How long would he even play for the Patriots? Again, who knows? It probably, wherever he signs is probably, I'm assuming, is probably going to be a 1, maybe 2-year deal. So who knows? We'll see. Comment below. Tell me what you guys think. Love to hear from you guys. Hit the subscribe button on the way out. Hit the like button if you haven't. We'll talk later. Peace.